Well, Kellie, as you were just saying, it's real now. How you feeling with the ladies now, just getting ready for the season?
Well, now having a few practices under our belt,
Yeah.
it is really exciting. I think this is a great group to work with. Love coming in and seeing their effort every day, and fun to coach. And we're really excited about the opportunities that we have this year.
I guess kind of like last year, Liza going to be one of those leaders you're expecting on and off the floor. Is that right?
I think so. I think with her experience and what she's been able to do as a player, I think everyone respects her work ethic and how she goes about like her motor, how it's always going. I think our fans appreciate that. I think our teammates appreciate that, her competitiveness. So we're going to look for a lot from her.
How similar, coming out of high school, would you relate Ellie maybe to Eliza? Are they pretty similar?
No, I think they're quite different.
Okay.
I really do. I think just their background, they both scored a lot, and
Right.
they both can score and can shoot. But I do think just their background, how they had to play, how they played with their team, the thing's very different.
Can you believe it's year 5 already in
No.
Springfield?
Year 5 has come so fast, and I think I've just loved it. I sit back and think, and it has flown by, and just I really do love being here in Springfield and being at Missouri State, and have enjoyed every minute of it.
How have you kind of seen your own expectations and even coaching ability change over this 4 or 5 year period?
Yeah, I think for me, I'm constantly trying to evaluate where our program needs to go, and thus where I need to go and what I need to do, and try to remind myself who I need to be for our players. And yes, that's me. I need to be me, but also how can I make them better, and how can I be better for them? I think you're constantly looking for that, and I think you're constantly growing as a staff and as a program, and you're constantly changing, and hopefully we'll be clicking this season.
Bringing back 4 starters, I'm sure they all noticed that the league champ lost a lot of their starters. I mean, what are their expectations?
I think our players are I think they're looking more inward. I think they're looking more at what we can do, and not really focus on other teams. I've been pleased with where their focus has been, but they definitely have high expectations. This group is a very competitive group, and thus far I've proven to be a very driven group.
What have you guys been doing this offseason at the start of practice to get out to a quick start in the non-conference schedule?
We felt like what we needed to work on from last year was our offensive efficiency, and how we could take our offense to another level, and with that being more assists, higher shooting percentage. And so we have worked very hard since the end of the season last year on our offensive efficiency and how that's going to look, how it's going to look different, who's going to play what roles. We've spent a lot of 5-on-5 time in practice, more than we've done in the past. We've done a lot of individual work in the past. This year, our players have gotten themselves in the gym on their own, which has given me more flexibility to work in those 5-on-5 situations.
When we watch them take the floor once the regular season starts, what about the team will reflect your personality and your coaching style?
I think they'll be gritty. I think they'll play hard. I think they'll have fun. I think those are the things. I enjoy what I do. I love what I do. I'm passionate about it. I think you're going to see that come through with this team.
Speaking on Liza specifically, how have you seen her game progress over the last few years, and specifically from the end of season last year to where we are now?
Yeah, I think she's a better player now than she was this time last year, for sure. And I think a lot of that has to do with just her overall growth. She's a better rebounder now. I think she's doing better things defensively. I think this preseason and in the summer, she's done a really good job with her shot selection, and we're finding ways to get her shots without her having to make a lot of tough shots. She is so capable of that, but I just think all the way around she has a better feel for, a better understanding of what we're doing, and has a lot of confidence stepping out on the court.
And you talk about not needing to throw up a couple of those unneeded shots. Does that come also through all of that offensive efficiency and that?
I think so. I think we really tried to break it down and put a lot of definitions on what we want offensively and what are good and not so good shots, and understand that we're really trying to look for those high quality shots, even from a player like her. And knowing that in any moment we can give her the ball and she can create and get something for us. She's that good with the basketball and that good scoring. So, it's exciting to have a player like her available.
But at the same time, depth, obviously, more players to be able to score and average assists per game. I know last year that was something you talked about a lot, was the lack of assists per game. So having more players to be able to plug in there and get those will obviously be key this year.
I think our passing, it should be better next year. A lot of that's personnel driven. I think some of that will be within our offense. I think our passing should improve. So we just have to continue to work on it, continue to talk about it, and find ways to be better.
Post players are young, but what have you seen out of them so far?
Really, really excited about our young players, and those young post players that come in. I think they have some great veterans to learn from. They pass the ball well, they can score, they're physical, and they're determined. I think they have a lot of great attributes that we're going to be excited about for the years to come.
And Coach,